Hey everyone, welcome back to Bros and Shows. I'm your host Josiah, aka Mahler67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my brother. Oh, my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today? I butchered that.
Oh man, don't worry about it. I get it. I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? Just okay?
Yeah, just been a little sick today. Just
Mm,
a little bit from time to time. Just I wasn't feeling so hot, but I'm here now. Like that's all that matters. So,
oh, I understand that. Hopefully, it's not anything too serious. Hopefully, it's just a little cold, nothing more. No,
yeah.
hidden West Nile virus slash like your ground zero for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, you never know. We did watch the movie Cooties last night, so that could be.
Ew. I didn't even know that there was a movie for them. I'm sure that there is a movie for that, but
With Elijah Wood and Rainn Wilson, so.
oh, I didn't know Elijah Wood was in that. No. Good for him. Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
No, Austin, how's your week been? We
Been
didn't do
good.
Bros and Shows yesterday because you had plans already because of the weekend. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot. It was mainly just because I had plans with friends to go out to the card shop, do card shop stuff, and I got back and I just was like winding down, just doing my thing, and then I looked at the time, it's 10 o'clock, and I was like, oh dang, I didn't even notice. But how was your weekend, Austin?
It was good except for the sickness thing. Had a lot of things going on. Like we had, me and my wife did some movies outside in the fire. Like we did Jaws on Saturday night, and then because it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws, so I was like, hey, we should watch Jaws. That'd be fun. Had a fire, and then I got to play some Magic this week, finally, because the last couple weeks I've been really busy, so I haven't been able to play Magic. And then yesterday we watched Cooties. Everyone made it to probably halfway through the film, then everyone else got tired, and I was like, yeah, I'll finish out the movie outside. So I did, and then I came in and then stayed up and played played one long game of Peak with you and Terry, and then that was pretty much my weekend. So yeah.
Not bad. I basically played Commander on Friday night with everyone. That was fun. We did a couple different styles of games to because there was only 4 of us this time, so we did Two-Headed Giant, and me and Brandon got paired together. And at first everyone was like, oh, they're going to absolutely destroy us, because it was Chip and his husband versus me and Brandon, and he's like, they're going to destroy us. Josiah builds good decks, and Brandon has really good decks too, and our decks are just kind of put together. And it looked that way for the first 4 turns whenever we turn 2, put down Chocobo Racing, and I dropped 8 birds on one turn because mine's a landfall deck. And then they play the one person, Chip was playing his dragon deck, and I forget what the dragon did, but basically his dragon came out, he equipped 1 item to him, hit us for 12 commander damage with flying, and I looked at Brandon, I was like, I have no flyers, do you have any flyers? He's like, no. I'm like, well, we're just dead, we're just gonna lose to a flying dragon with a massive damage hitbox. And we were able to do enough damage to knock them down to 16 health, and it was their turn. It was going to be after their turn, it's our turn, and I'm like, we're dead next turn because we can't do enough damage to them this turn to win. And I looked at Brandon, I'm like, Brandon, do you have any flyers? And he's like, I don't think. I'm like, we'll have to try and get something out. And he top decks. He's playing the Bumbleflower or Bumble Girl, the little bunny rabbit precon. And he top decks this frog. That's a 3 cost drop that has the effect sacrifice, prevent all combat damage.
Spore Frog.
Spore Frog, okay. And he top decked that. And I was like, that's crazy. That top deck just gave us the game. And so he plays it his turn. At the start of their turn, he taps it, sacrifices it, stops the damage. They can't respond to it because they don't have no mana. And then our turn came, and we just swung out and killed them. And I was telling them, I'm like, that's crazy. It looked like we were going to win, throughout most of the game until you punched us in the face for half our commander life. And instantly when that happened, it's like, oh no, we just automatically lose. And then top deck happened and we won. But other than that, it was a good time playing. Everyone kind of had fun. And then Saturday, I proceeded to chill at my house by myself, staying up exceedingly late Friday night, then playing games, and then staying up exceedingly late Saturday night, waking up on Sunday, go to the card shop with them. I thought I was only going to spend like an hour, maybe 2 hours there. We got in there around 2. We didn't leave until 6 when they closed. Looking through their singles, just picking out stuff. And after we're done there, we went to Applebee's, ate, and then I came home. And then that's whenever we played Peak with you. And then that's when we decided to not do Bro shows yesterday, do it today. And since then, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. I got Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on my PC, replaying it, and I am very upset. You played the Final Mix version, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the color swap that they did with the Heartless.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know.
People were like pointing out, it's like, yeah, they did a color swap for the Final Mix to make it seem different, right? And I was like, okay, why they color swap to horrible colors though? Like, the thing that kind of caught me onto it, because like I noticed that the like little like knight looking dudes looked kind of off. They looked more like darker colors than intended, and I wondered if maybe that was just like my vision. Like, oh, maybe I just don't remember these guys. But then the big guy spawned, like the big guys with the big belly who like sits there and like runs at you. He spawned and he's like brown, and I was like, ew, they were purple. What the freak? And then that's when I looked it up and I found it out. And I noticed also that the boss, your first boss you fight, was like red and white. And I was like, I distinctly remember this guy being purple. Why is he not purple? And I thought maybe he comes back as a boss in the arena, and that's what I'm remembering. I'm remembering the boss from the arena, not the original boss. No, I was right. The original boss was purple. They just changed the colors. And so I've just been having an existential crisis the whole day, thinking that I've just like made up colors in my mind for this game. But I've been playing it. But it's interesting. It's fun. I definitely, like, as I'm playing 1, I'm like, 2's just better to me. It's just a better game. They like polished a lot of the stuff, but that's to be fair about most of the games like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Austin, speaking about Sora, Riku, and Donald, let's talk about 3 other saviors to the world. I'm kidding. Austin, this week we watched Miracle Workers, a show that you wanted me to watch for, I don't know how long you wanted me to watch it, but you told me that I should watch it and I would probably like it. So, what's up?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say, what do you think?
So here's the thing with this. I just found out about the show like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I actually was watching a WatchMojo.com video.
Okay.
And it was like the best medieval shows around. And I was like, okay, whatever. And spoiler, but season 2 is a different time period. So this was on that top 20, next to like Gallivant and like a whole bunch of other ones that I've watched before. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then there was like 2 that I've never watched, and I tried to watch one of them, and it's called Norseman or whatever. Yeah, a lot of people liked it. I tried to watch like the first 4 episodes. Like, okay. So after I watched that, I was like, wow, this has Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi in it. Like, this has to be, pretty good. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a watch. So when I watched the first season, it reminded me a lot of like The Good Place in a way.
Yeah.
But it was like more like it was more in the thing of like dealing with Earth instead of like, hey, this hell.
It kind of reminded me like a weird hybrid between Good Place The Office and Parks and Recreation.
Hmm.
In the form of like the Parks and Recreation, it follows around like the main person, but then you have all the other people it follows around as well. The Office, obviously, they have like the Office vibe of them like existing. And I think there's even like a character who's from The Office in the show, like the one woman who like assigns her the new job.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously The Good Place, because they're all like supernatural beings affecting the world and they're trying to like change or grow or do stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely got like the vibe that I'm like, if this was on TV as a kid and I started watching this, I would love this. I absolutely would love it. So, Austin, did you like it though?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like, it was something that, like, you know, I didn't it I will say this. Some of it was a little goofy. A little bit sometimes the comedy like tried a little bit too hard for me. And it was just like that old comedy, stale comedy, which is fine with me. I don't
What
care.
do you mean by that? Like, just give me
Well,
like an example of like a stale.
So like the part where they find like, you know, when the Bane, like when they like try to figure out what God is doing in that room. And I was like, oh well, it's not what everyone thinks it is. Like, it's something else. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then like when they revealed it, I was like, okay, that was okay of a joke. It wasn't like anything that was like, haha, that's funny. It was more like, I kind of saw that coming.
See,
It was kind of
Austin, I really liked it. I really liked the show. It hit my style of humor very well. Like you mentioned, like the Bane, where it's like the bad things in the background or whatnot. I very much enjoyed that, and like the reveal of it just being like, yeah, it's just I like these jelly beans, but they only come in single packs, is the stupidest thing in the world. And up to the point, like it's one of those things that I feel like the joke is set up prior because you understand that God is incompetent and kind of like a nepo baby. And so like to think that he has this like darker evil side is kind of like brought on, but you have the whole series up to that point showing against that. And then like it gets revealed and you're just like, that's the lovable squashmallow we love. Like, that's why everyone gets away with stuff, because God's not actually this horrible person who does that. He just wants his jelly beans, man. But no, the thing is, I really liked the comedy in the show. I thought it was done pretty well. Favorite bit of the whole series is every time they did something, the newscaster coming on being like, 50 dead because of the single storm that happened that they just tried to get 2 people to kiss. It's like 50 dead, 4 injured. This guy created this guy created like 39 different adoption agencies, and now because he's dead, they're all going under, this and this. All I gotta say, and I don't pull this out very often, is if there is a God, why would you do this? Like, every time he showed up and just the straight face, just delivering that, made me laugh. Like, that was probably my favorite bit of the whole series, or the whole season, is that. I also think Daniel Radcliffe did a fantastic job at being like the socially awkward business like worker, because I have a friend named Steve who used to work with me. That's how he was. Everything Daniel did is how he wanted to be friends, he wanted to do stuff, but when it came to like the work, he was very like, we can't do that, you gotta do this. Ooh, and then like a request comes in, he's just like, let's work and do this. Like it made me laugh, because I'm like, yeah, I've met this type of person before. I very much enjoyed it. So
that's good. I thought you would, because after I watched like the first season of this, I was like, oh, Josiah's gonna like this show. I do feel like this is something that's in your wheelhouse. And I will say my favorite bit in the whole season is when God goes to talk to his parents. about investing in his like lazy river
The
restaurant.
Lazy River,
I like die when he's like trying to like pitch them. It is the funniest thing, and what's really good.
I left it more whenever his siblings were trying to like cut him down. He's like, do you even know what the Earth is like? He's like, what's wrong with it? It's like he was lazy and he didn't finish building the Earth, so the mid was just fire. It's so funny from like the concept of
Explain what a giraffe is.
It's a big dog with a long neck. What's a dog? A giraffe with a short neck. I liked that thing. First off, Steve Buscemi did a fantastic job of delivering like lines and comedy hits, which I know that he did comedy and the stuff I remember him from. I don't remember. I remember him being in comedies, but I don't ever remember him being like the main character in a comedy, which is weird.
No, most of the time he's not. The only time he's ever been a main character in a comedy is called Death of Stalin, which is considered like one of my favorite movies of all time. Comedy wise, if you ever get a chance, you should watch The Death of Stalin. Alex recommended it to me one time. He was like, hey man, have you ever watched this movie? And I was like, no. And he's like, you would love it. You like history. You like Stalin, the whole Stalingrad thing, or Stalin. And I was like, all right, yeah, well, I'll watch Stalin.
It. Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
Don't be yelling.
I just like the history aspect. Oh, cut that out. No, out of context. But yeah, like, so I watched it and I was like, wow, Steve Buscemi is really funny. Like, he can hold his own. But also, I think Steve Buscemi himself is like, a really good actor. He's a really underrated actor. To me, like I actually brought him up this weekend with my father-in-law. He was like, who do you think is one of the most underrated actors? I was like, it's Steve Buscemi. Like, Steve Buscemi is so good in most of his roles. Like, his best role is Boardwalk Empire, which sooner or later we'll get around to doing that. But that is 5 long seasons. They're hour episodes. It's an HBO series. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I was like, this is a really good show. Steve Buscemi is like a main character in it, and he's never been a main character in like something like for a full series, and he's good at it. But he's been in like a lot of comedy things, like Mr. Deeds.
Yeah,
he was in Mr.
Deeds. Mr. Deeds, but he was just a side character there, and so that was the thing that I was trying to remember. I'm like, I know who Steve Buscemi is. I see him a lot of times, but I didn't remember him in any main character roles. The only role I really like instantly thought of in my head was Reservoir Dogs, when he's playing whatever color he was.
Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink, okay. And like, that's iconic. Like, people remember him mainly because some of the weird things he says.
Well, that, like, his other biggest movie is Fargo. That is the number one movie with him on it, because he plays that psycho killer.
I've never seen it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's a Coen Brothers film. So like, if you like The Big Lebowski or Oh Brother Where Art Thou or No Country for Old Men, it's more of like a mix between Old Country for Old Men, if you ever watched it, like a serious, and then it turns into this comedy thing, because it's got William H. Macy in it. If you don't know who he is, he plays Frank in Shameless. He plays the dad. You've probably seen him before.
I probably have.
He's also in Wild Hogs and stuff like that. There's a lot of movies, but he plays he plays like a guy that runs a dealership and wants to collect insurance money. So he hires these 2 people to like kidnap his wife, and so that the insurance money will pay up the money to the ransom, and they just split it.
Okay.
But it just goes completely wrong, and it's just a ridiculous comedy. I love the movie. It's phenomenal. Maybe that's something we'll watch like sometime, because I think he would like Fargo. I think he would. It's one of those goofy, like, really well done comedy movies. Like Pulp Fiction's really well done, but there's like some comedy in it. It kind of reminds me of Pulp Fiction in a way. Kind of, guys, a little bit.
Okay.
But overall, like, I love Steve Buscemi. I love Daniel Radcliffe. I think Daniel Radcliffe did a great job. The guy that plays, I don't know his name, but the guy that does play the taxi cab driver in Deadpool, he's in this show, and he plays like the all-star employee that ends up helping them. I don't remember his name, or I'll butcher it.
The issue that I have with the show is, first off, spoiler, I started watching the second season. I watched the first episode, and I was only watching the first episode because I was like, oh, I want to hear the premise for why it's in the Middle Ages. because it's called like the miracle workers of the Middle Ages, and I was like, oh, there has to be a reason why they're back in the Middle Ages. Like, God either realized he can fix the world by going back to this specific time or do something. And then I started watching it, and I'm like, none of them seem to be talking about anything. They're not doing any of this stuff. And then I ended up watching the whole episode. I'm not going to go into details about the stuff there. I just was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, so it's just, I guess, not connected to a degree.
No, it is not. Like, that's
well. Don't worry about talking about it. Also, we'll talk about it next time, because I don't know everything about it. But what makes it hard for looking up characters like names is that if each season is different, I don't know if every season is different, but if each season is different, the names you get for each character just depends on which season gets pulled up. You can't really make a choice. Like, one time you're looking up and then Steve Buscemi's God, the next time he's like some like crap shoveler guy, and it's like, what the freak is going on? So like, yeah, I just it's I do very much think that the lady of this show, I didn't catch. I'm very bad. This series is going to be bad for me, Austin, because I'm not good with names until I'm like a couple seasons in.
Oh yeah.
That's not going to happen, man. Every episode, I'm just going to have to I'm going to just have to refer to them by their actor names, like Geraldine. Like, she was fantastic. I loved her stylization, like her vibes that she brought to the thing. I also loved her like kind of comedic timing on certain stuff. Like, she would have this plan to do something, and then it just kind of falls through, and she would just look around and be like, "That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh no." I very much enjoyed that. And then, yeah, and then you were mentioned, I believe, like, I don't know if his name's Karan or Sony. Sony? Okay. He was great. I've never hated a character and then loved him within the same episode so quickly. In the episode where, like, they're doing the whole video recording, where it's like, oh, we want to see your next big thing, this, and then they come up to him and they like talk to him, and he like plays it up, and it's just like, oh, you find that him and Daniel Radcliffe has like a past, and they get full frontal of God needing him to wipe his butt, I think is what the concept was. And he crashes, and then he just kind of goes down there and starts helping them, and they like work through everything. That was a quick turnaround for me, being like, I don't like this person. Like, he plays a very bad, like a very good, like jerk, douchey guy, and then instantly catch me back up with a, okay, never mind. I like this guy, and then he kind of maintains the I like this guy through the rest of the series.
Dude, I die laughing because of the burst appendix button.
Yeah.
Like when they do like the kiss cam thing, and then like she does the burst expansion on like the mascot. He's like, oh my god, and, like fell down the stairs.
I was like, he's like going in, he's just like, help me. I'm like, what are they going to do? Like, and that is a situation where if it wasn't a comedy, I would be very upset. Because it's a comedy, because you knew it was going to fail, but it failed in the most crazy way possible. And it's the fact that this guy's appendix burst, and the whole stadium's like, you killed this guy. It's like, his appendix burst. Me calling for the police or calling for 911 would not have saved his life. He did, man. Like, I also
they ruined that dude's life that like fell in love with her to begin with. Like the guy that was like they were in love and just like, but later on he turned out to be a piece of crap.
It's not even ruining his life. He just got weaned off of the support of his parents. Because that's what I love about whenever Sony went down there, is he's just like, wait, he's good looking, he has this charity, he lives in New York, but he doesn't have a job? Who's his parents? Like, he instantly clicks it all together. He's just like, he's a well-paid child, like 401k baby. And then instantly, like, all that gets taken away, and it's kind of like Justice. Like, you see him, and you're just like, yeah, with mommy and daddy's money, hurts. Though to be fair, and this is being honest, if she maintained her like personality, the girl, and got with him, imagine if you like thought to yourself, I could have been like super rich if I just dated this jerk, married him, take him for his money, and then just. I'm not saying I'd do that also. I'm just saying that, that wouldn't be an option against me. I'd understand that. If I could maintain myself and this person seems like they're good as long as they have everything they want, maybe.
Yeah.
But I like that. You mentioned the appendix burst bus, and I laugh at too. I also love the fact that canonly, well, not really canonically, but like the concept that the appendix is only made in a human's body, so at will they can kill you if they need to. And then humans don't know this, but they realize, hey, people will die if this blows up. It serves no other function. Let's just remove them. And then like you'll use it, like, because when they try using it on that guy and it doesn't work, it's like, oh crap, he must have had his appendix removed. No, we're screwed. There's nothing we can do. I love that. It's just like, hey, I explained why God put the appendix in someone. It was a kill switch in case something needed to happen. I also will say I love the fact of the miracle worker, like the miracle job and everything, having to be subtle and not like world breaking. And then they just completely say F that within like 3 episodes of a series. And all this crazy stuff is happening. And they explain it a little bit, how they kind of get away with it. That, I think it may have been Sony or... Yeah, I think it's Sony says that, like, most humans do not pick up on signs. Like, you can literally have, like, a building explode and then giant bright lights that says, like, marry her. And they would just be like, that's crazy. They wouldn't think it's a sign of God. And so, once that kind of gets established, they just start doing, like, giant winds, destroying telephone lines, breaking buildings, earthquakes. They didn't care anymore. And I'm surprised that they didn't have an influx in the story of like people believing the end times were happening because of all this crazy stuff was going on. And there was like a doomsday cult formed. That's what I thought was going to happen. But no, it was... I very much enjoyed the show. I liked all the cast. Even the one secretary woman who wanted the Earth to be destroyed because she wanted to go to the other place, and then she kind of gets rationalized into being rationalized into being like, well, if you go to this other place, everything's kind of perfect there. They don't really need you. You're just gonna be managing stuff. It's gonna be boring. Here, the Earth is messed up. We need you constantly, or else things go bad. And I like that. She's like, yeah, you know what? And then she kind of joins them. And I'll be honest, I thought the series was going to continue with this concept past season 1, and it was going to be them like actually solving miracles or solving issues on the Earth with the team of those 5. I guess not. I'll freaking find that out next week as I continue watching. I powered through this, Austin. I haven't had a show in the last like 3 months maybe.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize I was on the last episode until it ended. Like, I'm always hyper aware of like, oh, okay, I have two episodes left, or I have 1 episode left. This one, I looked at it and it was like, that's the end of it, because the medieval part started playing, and I was like, that's the end of the season? They solve everything and they just leave everything hanging with like, if God's going to actually get better, or if things are going to be better. And then those 7 episodes flew by. I liked it.
No, I'm with you. It flew by with me. Season 2 flies by with me really fast. But I have been like veering off. There's a lot of stuff that has came out recently that I'm like trying to watch. And I'm like, hey, like Peacemaker season 2 just started. So I've been watching a new episode every week on that. Plus, I just watched Sandman Part 2. I've been wanting to watch that because there is going to be a special episode they do, like they did they did before.
Okay.
So yeah, so like I haven't got to season 3 or 4 yet, and season 3 is actually the one that I really want to watch because it is it's a different time period too. And I was like, oh, I really want to watch that one. I just haven't got around to it. But I am excited for you to watch season 2 because I did love season 2. I think season 2 is my favorite out of them so far that I've watched. I think season 2, I like season 2 a lot because of just it's like, because when I went in, I thought the same thing with you, where I was like, hey, this isn't tied together. But it came out and I watched it and I was like, okay, I think this is the best one out of the one. But season 1 does have some great moments. I enjoy it. I knew you enjoy this show because once I watched the first season, that's when I actually told you about it. I was like, hey, we're gonna watch this. And then I watched season 2 and I was like, okay, yeah, we'll just keep watching it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad that you like the show a lot, actually, because I was like, I think you will.
Oh yeah,
so.
I definitely think I will.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was enjoyable. I'm excited for next season because I know it's medieval. I tend to like medieval stuff a lot. There's a reason why Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite Final Fantasy, because it's the best representation of medieval times, and it has the best gameplay. That's my opinion about anything else. Yeah, no, awesome. I think, yeah, I don't really have anything really to say here else than that, because like one of the issue that I'm going to have is looking at the cast, because I'm like, I recognize a couple people, but I'm like, they weren't in the last season. So
there is 4 people that do return. But there is also like, wait, hold up.
There's 5
Steve
people
Buscemi.
who definitely return.
Yeah.
5 of them definitely. The main cast definitely returns. I'm wondering if the boy and the girl comes back. I don't know about anyone else. But that's the part of watching the show and enjoying it and learning and finding things out. I'll get to do.
Yeah, there's something that happens in the second season that I love so much. I actually laughed so hard, which I'll talk about next week. But yeah,
Solid.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I think that you're gonna like the other seasons.
I think I will too. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the first season so much. If I don't enjoy the other seasons, because I enjoyed probably like the previous season more, and I'm sad that it ended. That could be a thing.
That could be.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, awesome. Well, I think that basically does it for this episode of Miracle Workers Dark Ages. What's going to be fun about this series, I think, is that sometimes when we do like series that are like multiple seasons, if we're not sitting there going by episode story beats, kind of like what we did with Breaking Bad, the episodes can get kind of short because we're just kind of like catching like, hey, did you like the season? Yeah, let's talk about a couple things and then we're done. I think a lot of these, we have the opportunities for each season to be kind of chunkier, which we did 30 minutes today. That's on par for like a normal to
and
episode,
the episodes are very watchable. They're only 20 minutes an episode, so like 6 episodes 20 minutes or 8 episodes 20 minutes.
Not only are they very watchable, they're also very like passive watchable. It's rare for me to find a show that I can watch while not like focusing 100% on it. I was like playing with cards and I completely understood everything that was going on, and I liked it so much that I like kind of replayed it actually. So we'll see if that holds up, because I like it when shows are like that. Futurama is a show like that. Steven Universe is a show like that. I can just have it play. I don't have to focus on 100%, and I get the gist of what's happening. So we'll see. I'm excited. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Bros and Shows. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and thank you all so much for tuning in.